I was team leader from 1969 to 1980. Trying to meet the changing needs of the team itself, we originated as a civil defense team. We slowly, over those years, evolved into a mountain rescue team.
If you look at, where we started with Jerry Brewer, like first of all, it was bringing together a group of people for civil defense, and then as that evolved, they realized we don't do a lot of civil defense nowadays, but we're being asked by the RCMP to go into the local mountains, and then we, had team leaders like Alan Danks who brought a real interest and experience in mountaineering and started teaching us more of the mountaineering skills and getting us as rescue team members out in the local mountains and mountaineering. So I think that was a big change.
When you think about moving from one team leader to another through time, that really what they're doing is picking up what's been done and moving it forward, because these are all often quite major the major outlay of costs, major outlay of time, development of technology takes years to get things working properly, and so you take it and then you make it better within your time as team leader. It's something that we all need to do one after another.
I joined Marshall Rescue in 1996, and I was elected in as a team leader in 2003, and each year until 2007, so 4 years of being a team leader. There were very, very few women at the time in North Shore Rescue. In fact, I think there was one other person. I don't think anybody felt that, just because I was a woman, that I was any different, because I came in with skills. It was really nice to see most of the membership embraced my leadership role and my style, because I brought a very different style at that time.
The fact that we have an election for a team leader each year is healthy, because it gives the team the opportunity that if things are getting a little stagnant or repetitive, and someone else arises from the group and has better ideas or puts more energy into it, because it takes a lot of energy. This is not a part-time role. It may look like one, but it sure as hell is not.
442, as you've seen, just flew overhead. They are going to pick up the first subject.
When I was team leader, I was also a search manager. The difference is really that separation between the operational task sides of things. It's where you're leading the team to rescue somebody, to find somebody, and the team leader needs to look after the administrative side of things, set up budgets and figure out how do we pay for things and what are we going to do next year.
Becoming team leader, not only was I running a team, but you do human resources, you organize all sorts of different aspects of how to go to meetings with organizations that you're interacting with, police, fire, ambulance, mountains, all sorts of other agencies, and it was really a full-time job.
Being team leader on this team was there for many years. It would be the thing that most people wanted to be least. It's too much work. For me, I think it was mostly knowing that the team needed someone to move us into sort of a maintenance mode. We had rapid growth, we were building SAR stations, we were doing things everywhere, and all of a sudden it was we kind of realized that you have to actually look after these things. Set up sort of procedures and various kinds of things to kind of take care of the stuff we had.
And I think the team started to become a bit more independent from the emergency program coordinator and operated more as a society. We were able to do a lot of our own fundraising for some special initiatives that weren't covered, say, by the municipalities or the province. So then we started thinking that we should probably have our own budget. We used to go, hat in hand to the emergency program coordinator at those times, and we'd ask for money as things came up, and it didn't really allow us planning, and so we decided to develop a budget.
We only get reimbursed for the things we do on task, so all of the things we buy, all of the maintenance we need to do comes from money that gets either donated and more recently from like grants and from the province and various things, but you always have to have an eye on that.
While I was team leader, we had the unfortunate death of Bob McGregor up on one of our training exercises, and after that we came back, and we hadn't really thought that much about Safety at that point, you know, we kind of thought we were infallible. We'd never had a significant injury or death or anything, so it was kind of a sobering moment for us, and so we developed a safety committee and came in with things like, you know, helmet policies and safety policies and things like that. So that was, to me, kind of some of the bigger changes at that point in time.
Yes, Drill Sergeant.
I was the team leader following Tim Jones, who suffered a cardiac arrest on Mount Seymour. So I think that was a really tough situation for everyone on North Shore Rescue. It was a lot because Tim did an incredible amount for the team. It was tough for me because there was a lot of pressure, I think mostly from myself, to try to perform to the same level he did, and it took me quite a while to kind of work through processing that I didn't need to be at all the calls like he did, and just that we needed to build more capacity on the team to really be sustainable.
Hello?
And that kind of goes back to making sure that we were providing the best patient care.
Hello, we have made contact with the subject.
So you don't want to micromanage too much, but you're really trying to make sure that bar is set really high. That's probably the most challenging part of being the team leader is not so much the responding to calls. That's kind of the icing on the cake. It's really making sure we're ready to respond to those calls. And I feel really fortunate to be surrounded by so many great people that were mentors and guides for me along that path.
The thing that really made me feel good as a team leader was to see other members of the team be able to embrace and do the things that they wanted to do, the type of training, courses, etc.
We can get very externally focused on finding people, on rescuing people, and it's become more and more important over the years to pay attention to the team itself, ensuring that we're sort of looking after each other around critical incident stress or just the stress of the jobs we do.
There's, you know, a lot of work that goes into the team, and there's some times that aren't that great, and you're out on some calls where the weather is really miserable or it's really challenging you and you're not so sure how it's going to work out. You know, I think the searches that always kind of pulled on my heartstrings were the ones with kids and families. You know, when you can reunite a child with their parents, it's a really good feeling, and this is what I want to be doing, and this is what makes me happy and proud to be part of our community.
The search manager group needs to meet and discuss when we can go back and look for further sign of those guys.
The team is such a passion for me. Stepping down from the team leader role, it took a bit away from my heart, if you will, because it is my passion. But it's also a relief. I really noticed a big weight off my shoulders stepping back.
I became team leader 2024. I've been in the role for about 6 months now. It's been definitely an increase in workload for me outside of my day job. When you hear the comments and support from the community, you know, the thank yous that we get, it's a huge boost for our members, especially if it's a difficult call that we've just been on. So knowing that the community is really there to support us through the good times and the bad is really important for our team.